Yeah, hi, I'm Neil Meekins from Lion Performance Therapy, and today in this very short video I want to show you how we go about screening a client, what you're going to get when you come to see us. Remember, first off, if you're suffering from pain, we need to look at you and decipher where the problem's coming from. So we can see this client trying to touch his toes, obviously not doing a very good job of that. His back bending or extension, you can see, is quite labored and quite straight. His rotation in his spine here and for his hips, it's not too bad, but obviously it's something we need to think about. This is his squat pattern. It's a global squat pattern, which isn't too bad. We're breaking the system down a little bit further. We're testing passively his hip range of movement and also his hip internal and external range. Sorry, before that was flexion. So we want to check all these things. We want to get him to do things like try and touch his toes. Again, you can see that out of gravity when sitting down, he has a hard time just trying to touch his toes. He's very laboured. His upper back is really rounding. His lower back just isn't moving at all. It's looking like there's some kind of lumbar problems here. Again, we're breaking the pattern down further. We're looking at how well the lumbar spine can actually flex and move. Then we're going to put the client into another pattern. This is the reverse pattern. It's basically a yoga child's pose. You know, we want to see if the hips move, the neck, the upper back, and how the lower back or sacrum has an ability to rotate. In this particular instance, then we're looking at how this person, how his, stop calling him this person, how are the hips moving? How does he actively move those hips? What kind of strength has he got there to be able to control that? To be able to control his lower leg there, his tibia and fibula and his ankle, can he move them? Now we're moving into the upper body. We want to see if he has good extension in the shoulders. Again, can he move his shoulder? Can he move it back into extension? Does he need help to do that? Can he control that range? Once we've done that, we're looking at internal, external rotation. Again, I'm doing it passively here, so I'm actually moving the shoulder around and testing it. And then we go into some global pattern testing. We're looking at rolling techniques here, which can differentiate upper and lower body core strength. How does the body have to compensate to get you to do real basic patterns? I can tell you now, these sort of things look very, very simple, but you're actually there trying to do it, it's extremely difficult. If you've never done it before, this can make a massive difference to how your body is working and holding itself as far as the core. We're making it a little bit harder here by kind of sticking his elbow to his knee, trying to get you into a rolling pattern and trying to come out of that pattern. Again, extremely difficult. And we break that down even further just to show the client how difficult this can be. This is obviously a cross-core action, very, very difficult. And from there, we're going into some simple core loading techniques where we're doing basically a squat into a Swiss ball on all fours to try and load the core and get the idea of the hip flexors actually working. I'm getting the lumbar spine to actually keep straighter here as well. And I'll be watching the client, coaching him through that. Can he put pressure down into the Swiss ball and keep the lumbar in a good position at the same time? Now, how much effort does he need to be able to do this? Everybody's different. Again, now I'm actually doing some correction work in the hamstring area or the quads area. Obviously, they're both reciprocal to each other. So how well can you lift your leg, control your leg? Is this a hamstring problem? Is it a quad problem? Are the calves too tight? Is it a core problem? So we're trying to break it down and decipher it. We're moving up into some hip patterning work now. You know, hip 90-90s, what kind of flexibility do you have there first? Can you control the range you've got? Do you need more range? And we can see here, you know, he's really kind of labouring in these positions on the floor. It's very difficult. He can't reach his toes. You can't see it in this part, but I think he rolls over in a second, so you'll be able to see it a lot easier. So the hamstring flexibility in that is very, very laboured. Here, look, you'll see it as an example. Can't reach the toes. His spine has to round quite a lot. And this is why, you know, this particular client's having a lot of problems, because his upper back, you can see it there, he has to round that a lot. And this is where he's getting pain up there, into his shoulders, down into his lower back. Because when he's exercising and training, playing rugby. He plays a lot of rugby, and these problems are just manifesting out and giving him knee pains, upper back pains, lots and lots of different problems. So that's about it, guys, in a nutshell. We do a lot more besides this. Obviously, this is speeded up, and this is like 5 minutes. This session lasted at least an hour with this guy. So much more information. Like, share, Lion Therapy.